So you've been thinking about getting into IT, but you don't know where to start. Let's rap about it. What's up, internet people? It's me again, Warner. Welcome back to Technocalypse Now. So today I'm going to talk about what you can expect from an entry-level IT job. So this is going to be for those people who are just now starting to get into the IT field or thinking about getting into the IT field and just don't have no idea what they can expect, what kind of skills or knowledge they might have to have in order to be able to do the job, and might be intimidated by the thought of having to troubleshoot technology, and they ain't never really experienced that before. So the first thing I can say is let me ease your mind and reassure you, because entry-level IT jobs, for the most part, you ain't gonna be doing no major troubleshooting or no major anything as far as IT is concerned. So I'll tell you what I mean by that. I'll get into some of the duties that some of the things they might have you doing when you come on board in the IT department. So one thing they might have you doing is accessing computer equipment. When I say accessing computer equipment, that is excess computer equipment that they don't need no more. They can't use no more. It's outdated and they just need to get rid of it. So they usually bundle it up or bulk it up and either ship it away, give it away, throw it away, however they get rid of it, however they dispose of it. You know, there's a lot of equipment turnover, especially when you have life cycles. You might come in as a system support technician or maybe a help desk analyst, and I'll get into some of the duties associated with each of those. Accessing computer equipment, moving and installing PC hardware and peripherals. So basically, you'll be going around unhooking old equipment, bringing it back to depot or wherever they stored their equipment, and maybe deploying new equipment. So you'll be taking new equipment out and hooking it up for end users. PC towers, monitors, keyboards, mice, webcams, things like that. So anyone who uses a computer or who has ever used a computer has had that, probably hooked one up before. So that's easy type stuff. We know what that is. Plug the USB into the tower, plug the keyboard USB into the tower, plug the HDMI or display port, whatever the adapter plug is on your monitor, plug that into the computer, plug the computer into the wall, things like that, right? So that's pretty simple. Anybody can do that. Anybody can be trained to do that. So you don't even have to know how to do it. Whenever you go to a new job, there's always going to be people who's been there before and know exactly how that particular company operates, procedures, so on and so forth, that department, and they're going to show you how they do things. And so you'll be able to pick up the easy stuff anyway. So basically you just be hooking up PCs, unhooking PCs. Then as time goes on, you might get into troubleshooting Microsoft Office apps. Now this is a big thing because every organization has computers and every organization uses Microsoft Office apps. So Outlook, Word, PowerPoint, Excel, all of those are Microsoft Office suite applications, and so every organization uses it. So every now and then you'll get users, well, not every now and then, actually on a regular basis, you'll have users who are having issues with any one of these apps, not to mention the proprietary apps that are being used by that organization. You know, it could be anything from as simple as restarting the computer to, oh, I changed the screen on my Outlook email window and I don't like the way it looks. How can we change it back? I want this monitor to be the main monitor or that one. How do we switch that? Just basic things like that. On the help desk side, help desk analyst side, entry level, you'll be doing stuff like password resets. Users call in, they forgot their password. If there's a procedure to walk them through it, you'll be doing that, or you'll be doing it if it's Active Directory or something like that. You'll be doing the reset yourself and then giving them a temporary password so that they can create a new one later. Most of that is going to be just sitting at a desk by a phone waiting. Helpdesk is usually phone. PC tech, system support techs, these are the people who actually are going out on the campus, unhooking computers, hooking up computers, troubleshooting issues with users. You'll be doing stuff like installing software or removing software or updating software on all of the PCs on the campus at various times. Various ones need updates or need software installed or software removed that they're no longer using anymore. Real simple things like that. Find out wherever the software is located. You either remove it from Windows using add and remove programs, or you're installing it from a thumb drive or a network share, and it's basically follow the click. Click, follow the instructions, click. Everybody can do that. Everyone knows how to do that. Really simple stuff. Ticketing systems. So whenever you're in an organization with an IT department that's on a medium to larger scale, they're going to be using ticketing systems. And so basically what happens is a user will have an issue, they'll submit a ticket for whatever the issue is. The ticket will be routed to your department and then assigned to you or your coworkers, and then you go out and you solve their problem. So they're basically work orders. This is how you get your work. You might come in the morning, open up whatever software they're using for a ticketing system, check out your work orders, see what work orders you have, print them out or not, if you got mobile, and then you basically read the work order, find out who the user is, their location. You go over there, you find out what's going on from the user, and you troubleshoot the issue and try to get it resolved right then and there and move on to the next one. You might end up troubleshooting connectivity issues. So you might get a user who calls in, or you might get a ticket where a user can't access the internet. So you might go down there, or you might call, depending on what situation you're in, and try to troubleshoot over the phone. If you're help desk, or if you're a field technician, then you go right to the person and you're gonna find out, okay, they're not getting internet. And if they're working off Wi-Fi or wire connection, either one. If it's Wi-Fi, you troubleshoot for Wi-Fi. If it's wire connection, you're going to troubleshoot for wire. So it could be anything as simple as the network cable is loose, or it just needs to be unplugged and replugged in. So that's where you start. You unplug your network cable, you plug your network cable, see if you get any indication of internet access on your PC. Restarts help everything. When in doubt, restart. Matter of fact, some people operate, the very first thing they do is a restart, regardless of whatever the issue is, because restarts tend to solve a lot of problems, especially when it's resource driven. Too many resources being used, the computer starts to slow down and lock up. A restart will fix that. So then you have it might be the network cable needs to be changed, it's no good. You can change that out, try that. Or it could be the network port coming from the wall. It could be a switch issue, and then you'd escalate that to the appropriate people, the network team or whoever else is above. But basically, just for entry level IT, you're going to be doing all the remedial stuff, removing RAM and hard drives from old equipment so they can be properly destroyed, and accessing the other equipment, and moving workstations from one place to another, and installing workstations and removing workstations. So it's pretty simple. It's really easy work. Air-conditioned buildings all the time, very laid back. Anybody can do it, and it's a place to start. Now, typically, the type of skills that you would want to have going into something like this is something that you would get from like a certification, like an A+ certification or a Network Plus certification. You'll get the information you need and the skills on how to troubleshoot enough to get an entry-level job, hands down, with those two certifications easily. So, the type of things that make a good work environment would be teamwork, being able to work with people If you're one of those people who like to be withdrawn, don't like to be talked to, or that's probably not going to work very well. You have to be able to communicate with people and be cordial with people. You're going to have to know a little bit about the Windows operating system, and that's the number one operating system that most people use unless you're using a Mac. So if you've used a computer, you've seen the Windows operating system. You know they have Windows 7, Windows 10, all the way back to Windows XP and so on. So you know about Windows, you know there's a Windows 10. So this graphical interface that you're looking at when you're sitting in front of a computer, that is Windows. And you just need to be able to know how to navigate through it, like how to find folders, and how to find data, where it was sent, where it was saved, things like that, how to restart the computer, how to lock the computer, how to unlock the computer, just basic Windows knowledge, how to navigate the graphical interface. Microsoft Office Suite. Having any experience with that. If you've ever used Microsoft Word, if you've ever used a PowerPoint, if you've ever used an Excel spreadsheet or created one, Outlook Mail, everyone's used that. Being able to create documents and edit documents and things like that with Adobe and all that. Those things will help you. A little bit of hardware. So if you've got a computer at home, and there's a tower, there's a keyboard, there's a mouse, there's monitors, there's speakers. In the tower is where all of the brains of the computer live. The heart and soul of the computer's in the tower. So if you've got an old computer around, or even your current computer, unhook it, put it on a table, open it up. Identify parts. That looks like a hard drive. There's a hard drive. There is the RAM. There's the processor, there's the fan. You know, this is how you can get experience and know how to look at these pieces of equipment and identify what they are, so you can, you know, pick up new things quicker. So if you can type, great. Plus you don't have to be able to type 35 words a minute or anything, but if you can write documentation, like on a work order, you in the comment section you might put how you resolved an issue, what the issue was, steps you took to resolve the issue. Be able to, something somebody can read. It doesn't have to be fancy and with big words, but it's got to be legible and understandable. Start off at the bottom, you know, doing the remedial stuff, but picking things up, because you'll be trained by veterans who are all around you. You're working on a team with people. So the type of money that you can expect to get entry level is anywhere, for PC techs it might go anywhere from $12 to $16 for PC technicians, and like system support, low level, very fresh system support. For helpdesk analysts, it might go from $15 to $20 an hour. That's bottom of the barrel, brand new, fresh. So, I mean, just at the bottom, you know, entry level, you're looking at anywhere from $12 to $20, depending on what direction you go in. So, you know, and that's just the beginning. So it only goes up from there. So it's a very lucrative field to be in, and you'll be able to pick up more skill and become more valuable as time goes on. So I think it would be definitely a good choice for anyone who was contemplating trying out IT, getting into the IT field. It'll be a good gamble. I'm sure it'll pay off. So, you know, that's just what that is. One thing I will say too about this has to do with like job descriptions. When you're filling out applications or you're looking for tech jobs, the job descriptions these days can be so intimidating, right? Because you go on here, you're looking for an IT job, some kind of system support or something, and this thing wants a genius, right? They've got bachelor's, master's degree in computer science, 18 certifications, 12 years of experience, blah, 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 down the line. You got to know everything, right? But nobody knows everything. And there's probably a handful of people, you know, at any given time who has all of them bases covered, but they don't know what they're looking for. You got to remember that job descriptions are written by HR people, not IT people. They don't know what they go on the internet somewhere, search up what type of skills this particular job IT person needs, and just copies and pastes it on their stuff. Generally, that's what happens. So they don't know. You go in there looking at the description like, oh my God, I can't get this job. Don't worry about that. If you got any, especially when you're looking for entry level jobs, if it's definitely if the title of the job says entry level, then that's a go for you. But even if it doesn't say entry level, if it's a low level job like tech support, PC technician, anything with tech in it, technician, that's hands-on. Those are the people on the ground moving around type. So it's going to be easy to get in there. So, you know, just go in with what you got. Let them know how willing you is to learn and how you adapt to different situations, and you ready to join this field, and chances are you'll get you a job. That's definitely a way to do it. Once again, appreciate y'all for coming through and chopping it up with me. If you got any questions or comments, leave them below. Like the page, subscribe to the page. I'll be coming back every other day or so with a video explaining something, this and that, what's going on with me in the IT world. So see you next time. Appreciate you for coming out. Peace.